Thank you for joining us. Welcome to overview of LinkedIn for B2B businesses. That's business to business businesses. How about that? Yeah, if you read it all out, it's a lot of business words. Like, thanks. We're the Shasta-Cascade Small Business Development Center. We're located in Redding, California. We cover Shasta and Trinity counties. We're a nonprofit that provides confidential, no-cost advisory services to small businesses. SBDC, Small Business Development Centers, if you're not familiar with them, it's a 40-year-old program of the Small Business Administration. There's nearly 1,000 SBD centers scattered across the country that cover every single county in the United States. It's funded, in our case, by the Small Business Administration and the state of California. We are, as I said, we're located in Redding, California, and we cover Shasta and Trinity counties. If you're not in Shasta or Trinity County, there is an SBDC near you, and you can get the free, confidential, no-cost advisory services in your area as well. Let's see what the next slide says here. This is an example of our team. We have a really good group of people, experts. One of them is a cartoon with wings because he steadfastly refuses to give me a headshot. You know, what can you do, right? But every single one of these people have expertise in a different area. And so if you've got questions in your small business about accounting or HR, or you have a restaurant, or you're looking for investment cash, whatever it is, there's going to be an expert available at no cost to you through your SBDC in all probability. Where we're at, we also have access to another 4 dozen or so subject matter experts throughout Northern California. And again, it's all free to you. You paid for it with your tax dollars. So take advantage of it. This is our bragging slide. This is some of the good stuff we've done. We can keep going. That just talks about how good we are. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Now, this is what happens when you get lawyers involved. You have to read disclaimers, and because some people may be listening to this on their telephones or on their cell phone, your rotary dial phone, whatever it is you're using, I have to read this, so I'm going to read it, and I'm going to read it real quick. The information provided in this webinar and any supplementary materials provided to registrants are intended for educational, wow, excuse me, educational and informational purposes only, and does not constitute professional, financial, or legal advice. No registrant should act or fail to act on the basis of any material contained in the webinar without obtaining proper financial, legal, or other professional advice specific to their situation. The Northern California Small Business Development Center and its host, the Cal Poly Humboldt Sponsored Programs Foundation, specifically disclaims any liability, loss, or risk, personal or otherwise, which is incurred as a consequence, directly or indirectly, of the use and application of any of the information presented in this webinar. Okay.
Okay, good job.
So, Lani Lott is our presenter. I'm going to turn it over to her. I will say a couple other things. You will be getting a copy. We're recording this, and you will be getting a copy of the link to the recording. And Lani, you're going to share your slides, I assume?
Yes, I'm going to share my slides along with the notes that are attached.
Okay. Cool. Then I'll shut up and I'll turn off my camera. If you have any questions, stick them in the chat. Towards the end, I'm going to put up a link to a survey as well. And we'd appreciate it if you'd click on that link. Tell us how we did. We have thick skin, we can take it. And also, if you have any ideas for any other subjects you would like to see on a webinar, just let us know. So, Lani, it's all yours.
Thanks, David. And thank you for introducing the great services that we provide. Yes, this is me. I have my own women-owned business for over, 25 years now. I can't believe it's been that long. But I've been working in the field of economic development, downtown revitalization, and business advising all those years. I love what I do, and it is an honor today to be sharing the 2 cents that I know about LinkedIn for business to businesses, or B2B. You know, we have B2B, which is business to business, and we have B2C, which is business to consumer. So I'm going to be going over some of the features of the LinkedIn company page, and more than the personal profile. However, you need to have a robust personal profile to to create and actually develop a company profile, as they call it in LinkedIn world. But we'll get to that at probably in the first half an hour. It'll be the PowerPoints with a lot of the information I want to share about the features, the benefits, some of the 201 features that when you have with a company page or profile. And then I'm going to show a live demonstration in the back end of my LinkedIn. So if you're a pretty seasoned LinkedIn user, you may have some things you might want to share at the end of our webinar with our attendees. I always like to see if maybe I missed something or you've learned firsthand working the network. So we will have time for that at the end. So anyways, and I include my little sidekick, Charlie, there. He came with me in August of 2020, right when the pandemic was in full swing. And I love him to death. He's great. He's a companion. And he always has something to chime about when I'm right in the middle of my webinar. So you may hear him talk about his LinkedIn profile. No, he doesn't have one. Anyways, we're going to talk about the benefits of LinkedIn, how to use LinkedIn for your business, some tips for optimizing your company profile. Also, let's see, what else do I have here? And then how to build and really get an engaging business network with your company profile. Okay, so we probably all know the benefits of LinkedIn. It is the largest business-oriented networking website geared specifically towards professionals. And I wouldn't even call it a website, it's a platform. Like any of the social media platforms. And LinkedIn is really geared about building your professional brand. The personal profiles are where you get to share all about yourself, all of your business history, your expertise, your skills. And a lot of folks think that it's just for wanting to find employees or job searching. And that is originally what it was used for, but it has so much more and grown into so much more than that. So a professional written LinkedIn profile allows you to create your online professional brand that can open up lots of doors to opportunities and networks that you may not have been aware of, or like when we were in the midst of the pandemic, and even continuing today, LinkedIn was the one way we were connecting with colleagues, whether it was business to business colleagues, vendors that you were, or businesses you were selling to, or like in my case, folks that hire my services as a consultant. Part of my practice is working with cities and counties. And of course, the only way of really following and connecting with them and providing services was through LinkedIn during the pandemic. But even prior to that, when the Great Recession in 2016, 17 happened, 2008, let me back that up. We are, oh my goodness sakes. Okay, folks, don't get too scared there. There was a lot of job switching, especially in the public sector. There were a lot of folks leaving their positions, going to another position in another city or town. And so my relationship is really built on that business to business networking. So I was like following them on LinkedIn, finding out where, they announced where their new job was, and then reaching out to them through my LinkedIn page, just to say, hey, I'm so excited you've moved to Crescent City. If there's any services or there's opportunities, I would love to come and work for you, provide some services, kind of doing that kind of a soft reach out, letting them know that I knew where they were. So you can search with your personal profile, you can search its robust job board. And even apply to jobs. And they do allow, with a company page, I think you can have, you can advertise 1 or 2 jobs. They really encourage you to then look into purchasing the premium, which allows you much more opportunities to really list many more job opportunities that your company may be needing. And as an individual, you can pay for an upper tier in LinkedIn where you get a lot more leads on jobs, a lot more opportunities to see behind the scenes and see how your job search is going. So yeah, the premium ad, and you can access more information about job openings, send direct messages to recruiters, see how you compare to other applicants via insights, and even gain instant access to salary insights. So the premium, if you pay, and sometimes you'll see that come in through your personal profile, is $29.99 a month, and that is a step up. But you do not need to pay to be on LinkedIn at all. It's just like any of the other social media platforms like, Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. You start to have to invest some of your resources for some of the higher services and to get your company name out there through advertising by investing in that type of services. You can build your professional brand online. Google ranking. It helps you rank your name on Google. And I always encourage business owners or employees or anybody, individuals, is put your name in a Google search and see what pops up. You'd be amazed. So the more robust you are on your social media platforms and your website having deep search engine optimization, your name, your company is going to pop up more at the top of that Google search. So you kind of want to think about that. And so contacts, I was talking to you about maintaining your contacts. With 25 years in the industry, I have a lot of contacts. I don't keep all those business cards. I do have quite a few of them. But with LinkedIn, you can keep all those contacts as part of your network. And then when they change jobs or they have a significant event in their personal profile or their personal professional life or in their company, it'll come in through your feed if they're in your first tier of your network. So it's a good way to kind of keep your contacts all in one place. And that's how you kind of want to first grow that baseline of your contacts, is reaching out and searching for the folks that you know, that you've developed relationships with, that you've networked over the last years. So in your personal profile, like if you go to a conference, and conferences are starting to come back live in some form or another, and you're going to see folks, and you're going to see a lot of new folks in your industry. Maybe you haven't seen them for a couple of years. You're going to be exchanging cards, right? And so the best way is to look at those cards, keep those cards if you are their hot leads, but then going and checking to see if they're on LinkedIn, and then reaching out to them with a personal note message to join your network. And then when you have your company page or your company profile, you can then send an email to all of your networks that your company profile is up, and encourage them to follow it. And then if they follow your company profile, just like in a Facebook page, anytime you put something in the feed, whether it's an article or a video or a PowerPoint presentation, it's going to drop into your network's feeds and they're going to see it. Social proof, your skills and talents. Your personal profile gives you the ability to showcase your expertise, recommendations, and connections. And the company profile is a little bit more limited in that area, but you really want to think about building a robust personal professional profile. And this is where you, as an individual, update your skills, your expertise, you reach out and get those recommendations. So that when you connect your company page, whether you're the CEO or your employees can then connect to your company page, it really builds that depth of, credibility and professionalism, because it has that deep well of, oh, this founder or this CEO, or in my case, president of my own business, has years of experience in organizational strategic planning, business coaching, all of those skill sets. So it really is a place where folks who are interested in using your company or hiring you or doing business with you can really kind of dig deep and see what you're all about, right? Kind of like it's a little bit much more than like a resume on your website. And remember, LinkedIn is a social media platform, so it is built to encourage engagement, comments, shares, that type of engagement, both from the professional personal profile and the company profile. So again, you always want to remember, in order to build engagement, you've got to be having consistent content being pushed out. And then, of course, network. So to set up a company page, and I'll show you where this is when we get to this, to the point where I do the live demonstration or the back demonstration of how to navigate your company profile. You have to meet the prerequisites. That's like back in college, right? Oh, that course 101, you have to have English, pass your English test. So the prerequisites that, number one, you got to have a personal LinkedIn profile that is older than 7 days. I guess after 7 days, if they figure you take it down, you're not a real person. So 7 days, after 7 days, and you've set up your personal profile, you don't have to have it fully built out. You have to just be able to answer the questions in order to get the personal profile. They want a few things, right? Like your name, your email. And after 7 days, then you can go over or you can go in and start a company profile. Your personal information must match the information on your company page. Example, first and last name must be the same. So they want the folks that are, you have a profile and now you're starting a company page. So that's important to know. And the company page must have a company email domain unique to your company. So it can't be like some personal wacky thing, like mine is Lani at l-lconsulting.com. You can use a Google Gmail. It could be business101@gmail.com, as long as it is unique to your business name. So those are the 3 prerequisites. And then the next thing, after you meet those and you say, okay, I'm ready, I got all these things, then you choose the right page type. And there's only 4. So it's not rocket science. You can choose small business, medium to large business, and in the parentheses, I'll give you how many, that is. Like a small business is probably less than 100. I don't know what they have. I don't see it right in front of me. For me, it was small business because, I'm a women-owned business and there's just 2 of us, Charlie and myself. And Charlie, well, no, I have another part-time employee, but yeah, so small business, medium to large business, educational institution. So if you're a school or a college, an educational institution, or a showcase page. And showcase pages are for companies who want to separate out divisions in their business to have a showcase page. For example, I was doing a little bit of research and thinking, okay, what sites do I want to showcase for you to show that what a robust company profile looks like? I'm going to show you mine, but I don't use it as much as I use my other social media platforms and my website. So it's not as built out, but I pulled up HubSpot, which is a company that I follow a blog on because it has a lot of social media and marketing, digital marketing tips, and they go deep into certain platforms, and I learn a lot from that. And they had like 10 or 15 sub showcase pages. They had their main page, and I'll show you this. They had their main company profile, then they had one for just employees, and then they had one just for recruiters, and then they had one just for hiring, and then they had one just for digital. And so they built these different showcases to kind of show different divisions within their large company. Nike has a showcase pages. Most national brands, if you look at them on LinkedIn, will have showcase pages where they then build out specific to that division within their larger umbrella company. Okay, then your next step is, after you choose the right page type, that should take you a second, complete all the page details. And I'm going to go through these in much more detail. So you on your company profile or your company page, you're going to have a cover photo. You're going to have call to action buttons. You're going to have your description. You're going to tell people about your vision, your mission, your values, and other descriptions of your products and services. You have 3 to 4 short paragraphs. Copy should be natural and written in your brand voice. Google results preview up to 156 characters of your page's text or your company profile's text. So in that first 156 characters, you want to make your description as clear as possible so the SEO is friendly by using keywords, right? Your cover photo should be a polish to your profile with a background photo. Your location, you can add your location, add your store, your office locations, and you can add multiple addresses by adding the add plus, and I'll show you where that is. And then hashtags, up to 3 hashtags can be added to make your profile more searchable, or your company profile more searchable. Pick hashtags that are commonly used in your industry and best suit your business. And if you have some branded hashtags that you always use, you want to make sure that that's included with one of those 3. Okay. And then the last thing is you can add page administrators, and page administrators are designated admin access, allows any of your employees, or if you're using a hired marketing person, to edit your page, your profile, add additional admins, and post updates. So yeah, you know, it's just like a lot like the other social media platforms. Okay, see, we have something in the chat. Okay, what section do you add the hashtags to? It will be in, it's a great question, thank you. It will be in this part right here when we get into editing, and I will show that to you. It sits within the all about section, the very all about your company page. Great. Okay, let's move on. So ways to use LinkedIn for business. Well, lots of different ways. Again, I have another end slide before I go live about, thinking about your marketing goals for using your LinkedIn to build your network. So the first is really, and all of our social media platforms are really pushing out pay to play, right? Advertising, or paying to boost a certain post or advertising. So LinkedIn, and I'm not going to go in how to do all of the advertising and the bells and whistles. I'm thinking maybe in 2023, we might go into that deep well. I have to do a little bit more research on it, so I feel comfortable, but I think that we should probably try to have a webinar in the first of the year about how to really put together a LinkedIn ad. So they have definitely have different options. You have sponsored text ads. You have sponsored posts, like boosting a post, an existing post. You can do sponsored messaging to a user's LinkedIn inbox. And you may be seeing that coming in your inbox, some, sponsored ads. Dynamic ads that can include a user's details, such as name, profile, photo, and employer in the ad. We have sponsored jobs and posting, and then you can do a photo carousel ad. So we really want to think about in your marketing strategy, what am I trying to do with my company profile? And if you're just needing to hire up, then that's where you're going to focus your advertising. If you're really wanting to build brand awareness, you're probably going to want to just really send out, a really juicy, rich, organic post, maybe a video introducing your company if you're new in the industry. If you're doing an event, you may want to boost that event or advertise that event to get people to sign up and attend. Posting job listings and recruiting. Job listings already are a popular destination for LinkedIn users. 40 million individuals look for a new job on LinkedIn every week. And you can post a listing for free, which will also show up on your company page. So you get one free listing. Paying to advertise your job listings can be, of course, worth it too. LinkedIn has a dedicated recruiter premium account that's been the standard for recruiters around the world. They also have a light version intended for small businesses. I don't have the pricing on these. I would go into LinkedIn and start to look at that. Look at their pricing for advertising if that's an area that you are interested in. And then, as with all of our SBDCs, if you need really detailed assistance, some, meeting one-on-one with a business advisor that specializes in a certain area, then you can always set up an appointment to meet one-on-one, and we will walk through all of that and help you either draft that ad or figure out your marketing strategy on how to best use your digital marketing platforms, whether that's social, whether that is your website, your e-commerce. So you just kind of want to keep that in the back of the mind that you're not out there alone. And many of your colleagues may be more seasoned on doing this, and they're a great resource too, right? Networking, and of course, this is really the entire point of LinkedIn. LinkedIn reports that conversions between connected users grew by 55% from January 2020 to January 2021. And that's not a surprising statistic. And then groups. And this is an area that I think if you're new to LinkedIn, and even if you're a seasoned user, that, looking and really developing relationships with your groups. It's a great tool for networking. There are private discussion groups, so anything you post there won't show up on your profile. And the only drawback for those companies is that you can't join with your company page. You have to use your personal profile in groups, but many groups do allow your company page. This is no different than Facebook groups. Some groups allow company pages in them and others don't. So you just have to kind of search and see. And when you click to join, if you have a company page, it's going to come up and say, how do you want to join? Personal or by your company profile? And you can find groups under the work icon at the top right of the LinkedIn dashboard. And I'll show you all of those areas and how to navigate all these places. You can search by topic, and then under the topic, it'll give you a whole array of about 7 to 8 different places to look, whether you're searching for people or searching for groups or companies. And groups are a place where you can start to network with people in your industry, or you can also offer it being an expert. You want to be sensitive, like when you ever use groups on any of the social media platforms, being sensitive about selling too much, buy from me, or hire me. You want to be more like an expert. You may even want to start your own group, which you can do. And so this over here, these are my groups that I belong to as my company profile. And so these are all relative to areas in my downtown revitalization that I just popped up to show you. And I have 2 offices, one in California, one in Arizona. And so some of these are for Arizona, some are for national. So again, it takes a little bit of time. You're going to research your groups, and then you determine which ones are most valuable for you to spend your precious time on. And that's the key. Then there's also events. If you're going to be hosting any events, whether they're live or live streaming or they're webinars, you can also then push it out and post and help market that event through your LinkedIn company page and or your personal profile. And then the analytics. This is probably, like all of our social media platforms, seeing how it's performing behind the scene is one of the advantages that our social media platforms have provided us. And with LinkedIn analytics, you can see what's the most engaging content, how people found your page, traffic for each section of your company profile and your showcase pages, demographic information, how your page is performing compared to your competitors is an area that you can look at. And then snoopy information about your competitors and even their employees, including skills, where they studied, job titles, and more. So, really kind of digging in. And when we work with clients, and whether you're updating your business plan or you're drafting a new business plan for a new venture, we always really encourage to look at your competition and where's your niche within that competitive marketplace. And so we always say, research your competition, and the internet makes it so easy. You can go to their website, you can go to their social media platforms, and you can go into their LinkedIn. That is really good about that thought leadership. And I have that, but it's not in my notes. And for some reason, I don't remember why I put it there. So I will look into that. I think it relates to, I know it came through something I looked at and was reading about, and I just have a little brain blurb. But I think it's really thinking about, where do you sit in the leadership, being a competitive leader in your industry. So if you're going to build a really robust company profile on LinkedIn, you're going to want to share articles. You're going to want to write articles. You're going to want to be a leader in your field from your LinkedIn company profile. And then you're also, thoughtful leadership is you're going to want to be looking at sharing those who are in your industry that have a blog that they wrote, or a post, or congratulating them for their new award they received. Really thoughtful leadership that, it comes from that point. I can really, Jill, I can look into that a little bit more. And if I'm off base, I will let you know. Okay, so how do you build an engaging business network? Well, of course, you've got to really share. The first way is to share your page, your new company profile. Let people know your linked page or company profile is up and running. If you have employees, send a company-wide email with the news. Let them know how they can follow the page, add it as a place of work, promote your page with your customers, make sure all of your digital touch points, like your newsletters, social channels, website, and ask for followers. When you do, tell people what's in it for them, from job opportunities to LinkedIn live sessions. On your LinkedIn page, admins can invite their connections to follow. So you want to kind of think about that you have an ability with your company profile. Very first is to invite all of your first tier networks, right? And then when they follow you, it'll draw, and then it'll show that, and then it'll go into that person's feed that they're following your company page. You want your employees, you want to link your employees over so that they can then share with their network that company profile is up, and You want to have your icons, and here is the link to get to download the LinkedIn icon. You want that on your website. You want that on your other social media platforms that allow you, your YouTube channel, your Facebook page, your Google My Business allows it. You may even want to put it up on your review sites if you're using those, and really push it out that you're on LinkedIn. And then make sure the link works. That's always a biggie. Optimize your ranking with all of the sharing. You're going to optimize your ranking with LinkedIn. You're going to want to start posting content. That's the rest of the story. Getting it set up, adding all the information about your company, making sure you know everything's spelled correctly, you've got the right profile picture, your call to action button is the correct one, and it's sending them to the right place. Now you've got to start thinking about your marketing strategy for posting. And again, like all social media platforms, narrative or organic post is great. Videos are much more engaging. They do allow a PDF to be uploaded on LinkedIn, which is something that's unusual. You can write an article. You can actually write an article and it'll be one of your posts. I always kind of suggest, if you're going to really have 2 or 3 or 4 social media platforms and an email marketing campaign, and you're really, you're really pushing out and really have this going, and you're posting something each day, think about writing a blog or writing an article from LinkedIn, and then taking some of those pieces and repackaging them for content on your other social media platforms. A blog should be something that is informational and educational and adds value to your audience. And the blog can come from your website. It can sit there, and then you take that and you repackage it as a post on LinkedIn or an article on LinkedIn, or you put it into your email marketing, or you take pieces of it, little snippets of it, and you tweet it out on Twitter. So you've got to really think about your strategy for who you're trying to reach, what kind of information do I want to share, and adding educational, informational, motivational, company milestones, things about your employees, your industry, all of the same pieces that go into also your other social media platforms, also maybe sitting on your website as a one-way into your business. So post once a week. If you can post more, super duper. But if you can do once a week on your company profile, that's great. On your personal profile, and you're following different folks, and you belong to different groups, and you're following other pages that are relative to your business, you're going to be getting things in your feed. That's what you can repackage and then and share, or repackage and actually post an organic post onto your company profile. So you want to think about writing an article, like I said, create your videos. Updates with videos tend to have a 75% share average. I have a client, and she's a nutritionist, and each month she videos herself talking about a certain area that is really key to her client base, whether it's diabetes, whether it's losing weight, whether it's lowering your cholesterol. And she is very educational. It's very personal. She's right there in her office. It's nothing fancy. It's not like, something that takes for hours. I think she just does it live right there on live streams it right there on her personal profile. And then share inside, knowledge. There's really no right or wrong of the kind of post you can do on your company profile. You just don't want to be like always sharing, always sharing, always sharing. That doesn't build as much robust activity You can't boost those. You can't use that as an ad. So the more that you can maybe share once a week and then create your own content, coming from your brand personality, your video, maybe you have you're going to showcase an employee and you're going to video them, and then you're going to post that. And if you've got 5 or 6 or 7, employees, there's one a week, there's, 6 weeks of content. And then it also, gives them an up on their personal profile, because then they'll share it to their personal profile and it all starts to work together. So optimizing your, I see I got to move this because I can't see it. Oh, LinkedIn groups. Where did I put optimizing your, I guess I didn't add it here, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. Optimizing your rank. Oh, there it is. Okay. Have it in the wrong spot in my notes. I'm so sorry. So optimizing your rank, how do you really do that? Well, first of all, it's keyword rich profile. You want to use the existing keyword research from your blogging efforts, right? So what are those key words? And we have a great advisor that does a great webinar that's sitting on our Sbdc YouTube channel about search engine optimization and keywords. I would encourage you all to really kind of look at that. And if you have time to, and I think he's going to be doing another webinar here in the next couple of weeks, all about SEO, search engine optimization. So those keywords are really key, and you build those within your blogs, within your website. And those keywords are things that are repeated, that people are searching for, that are relative to your business. And you're building those into your post, into your narrative, into your articles. Original and relevant posts and articles help with your ranking. A fully completed profile, both from the personal side as well as your company profile, is very key, because people are searching for a lot of different things. On your personal profile in LinkedIn, you can have a lot of different skills that you say that you have and or areas of expertise. So when people are searching, company or person with organizational strategic planning skills, hopefully my name pops up somewhere along the Google search, either my website or my LinkedIn. Optimizing your rank, participating in groups, help you providing helpful information, discussion, images, high quality photos to your page showcasing your project, company culture, mission. Of course, we all know that helps with your ranking. And then your 3 hashtags help with the ranking. Oh, thank you, David. He put in the chat the webinar, which will be, it'll be on next Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Pacific Standard Time. And I really recommend that you guys all take that, even if you are seasoned with SEO. Our advisor, Zach, is great and he knows his stuff. And in fact, I think I might sign up for that one. And it'll be well worth your time. Okay, let's move on. So thinking about your marketing strategy, as advisors, we are always, about planning and talking and helping you think about your marketing strategy for your overall company, and then diving deeper into each specific marketing tactic or promotional strategy you're going to be using. And it's no different with your LinkedIn page. So what is the goal of your LinkedIn page? And you're probably saying, well, lady, I want more business. Well, of course we want more business. We want more, if you're a B2B, you want more businesses. Maybe, you might be the salesperson, or if you're the founder, you're wanting to connect with other businesses that will be purchasing your services or products. Or is it that you just need to build brand awareness? You're a new company in the field or in the industry, and you're really just wanting to get out there and have some brand awareness. Now, goal setting is very interesting. And I usually look at goals pretty high level, but you can be as specific as my goal is to have 500 followers on my LinkedIn profile professional profile by the end of the year. Well, that's a pretty, hard set goal. So whatever your goal is, what will you use your page for? Recruiting, lead generation. I'm researching now some of the trends for 2023 in marketing. And one I came across is that more B2B businesses are looking like B2 consumer businesses. They're offering, before the salesman even does the pitch of the product, they're offering ebooks. They're offering some kind of, like for HubSpot, you can download different types of guides, or you can go on their blog, but if you want to know deeper, they have these guides or this ebook that they have generated, and you can get it free, but you got to put your name and your address in there, right? And your company. And so that's a lead generation magnet. So, LinkedIn is doing that too. I mean, you can do that on LinkedIn too. So that if you're wanting more lead generation, maybe you're going to be looking at some kind of strategy of using your company profile that way. Are you going to advertise? What are your competitors doing on LinkedIn, and how can you create better content than them? Go look at how your competitors are using any of their digital marketing strategies or tools. That's the best place to go and say, okay, I know who my competitors are. And sometimes our competitors turn into our partners and collaborators, but go and see, who that person, that competition is, who's kind of setting the bar out there. And maybe your goal is to strive to be that business, to be that leader in your field, in that specific trade area. But look who's already there and how they're positioned, their website, their email marketing campaigns, their LinkedIn company page, their personal profile. Are they advertising? What kind of ads are they doing? What does their content look like? How often will you post? What topics will you cover? And then how can you repurpose existing content to use on LinkedIn? So you think about your whole marketing strategy. And if you're going to do one post a week on your company profile, maybe name it. Say, I'm going to just do one organic post. I'm going to start with a video, and I'm going to introduce my business week one. Then I'm going to introduce some of my products, and then I'm going to interview. I'm going to use maybe one of my recommendations. Ask them if they could be interviewed as a reference or a referral. And so you just break it down, and then maybe in between that once a week video that you're going to do, you maybe repackage some of the content you're getting through your news feed on your LinkedIn. So we're going to go live demonstration right now, and I'm going to go into the back end of my profile, my personal profile, and then show you how to get over to your company page, walk you through some of that. And if we have time, then I'll show you some of the bells and whistles that need to be completed on your personal profile, or we'll take questions and maybe we can share. So David, I just want to make sure that when I do this, that it will come up. I hear you're back on again.
Okay. Yeah, it's coming up. All kinds of cool stuff's happening.
Let me get this bar out of the way. And let's see. Can you see my LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got your LinkedIn thing up. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Okay. So when you first come onto LinkedIn, you just put in linkedin.com and you have a personal profile. This is what you're going to see, right? This is my personal profile. I know this is my personal profile because I got my funny looking face right there. Yeah, really tiny little dot. So, if you got, it's hard to get a really nice company or personal profile on there. But that's me. Of course, that's a one without my sidekick, Charlie. So right down the center, that's my personal profile feed. I'm on home right now. Anytime you get lost, you don't know where you're at. Am I on my company page? I want to get back to my personal profile. Just hit the home button and it's going to take you right here. This is how you see it as the administrator of your personal profile, right? People don't see it like that. Let's see, under me. Yeah, I can't, sometimes you can see it. Let's see the word. I think I have to go in someplace else, but I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so see, I'm going to go back to my home. And then over here on the left-hand side, this is all about me. This is who's viewed my profile, my impressions on my posts. And then right here is my company page, my company, they're calling it a page or a profile. So I know that I've set that up. If you're going over here to look for it again, you could come right down here under the me. Of course, this would be about my personal profile, about my personal account, and then manage my post and activities, manage my company, and manage a job posting account. I don't have those, right? I do have a company. If you want to set one up, you're gonna come under the work button, and that's right here. Okay, so it's all the way to the right, and you come under here and you have these. You can visit more LinkedIn products, post a job, learning. They have some learning webinars that they put here. Insights, that's the about your back end of your profile. Find leads, groups, service marketplace, and salary. So these are some of the places where you can, like if you go in to post a job, it's going to take you over here. Oh, it wanted me to go and sign into LinkedIn Talent Solutions. I don't have that. So that's what those are. Those are the actual products from LinkedIn. So we'll get out of there. We're going to just go backwards. Okay. Go back to my feed, go to my home button. Okay. So to start your company, you go right down here to create company page. Click on there. And then right here, right, boop, boop, I kind of talked about that. And then it's going to show you how it looks on both the desktop as well as the mobile. So you just click here and then follow through those different steps that I talked to you about. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want to create a new page. So I'm going to go back to my home. And then I'm going to come over here since I do have a company page, and you're going to see it switch pretty easily. Unlike Facebook, they haven't changed this. So this still is the norm. Okay, so here we are. And let me make sure I've got up here on my right page. Okay, so you can view as a member. If I go there, that's going to show you how people are seeing it as a member of LinkedIn, right? As a consumer. So if I switch there, it's going to look different. This is how people are going to see it in like, you know, that's how you're seeing mine. If you just was to search LL Consulting and you start following me. And this is how you see it. You don't see all the other background. It has all my services there that I offer. You can view the service page. It then goes down into more detail, has my company, has any media, has some reviews. So let's go back out of there. And so that's how members see it. But so up here, you want to go back to view this as administrator. So you see that you says you're viewing as a member. So we're going to come back up here. And then what we've got across the top is we've got home, we've got content, analytics, and activity. So let's go to administrative tools. These are where you can invite connections, sponsor an update. So these are I'm going to come back to because I want to go into editing the page. So if what we've done is this is my cover banner. If you go to a site and it's just blue, it has those little weird blue things, it's just it's just LinkedIn's default cover banner. So you want to make sure that you have a good, and it's a little hard because it's kind of an awkward size, but Canva, canva.com, which is a design, graphic design, and offers, some free social media templates. And that's how I designed this one. I've changed it over the different times, but mine's pretty normal. So then over here is my cover photo, which is my logo. When I designed my logo way back in the day, I didn't think I was going to need to use it for social media, and it was a little round thing and it's too big, but it fits in there. So that's my logo. Haven't changed it. Will not change it unless I update my branding, and I don't have any intention of doing that. So let's go to edit page. And this is just going to take you right down to this, and you just start editing. And when you see like if we go to page info, if you see this little pencil, you can edit that, right? Here's your name. You want to have a LinkedIn public URL, just like you have on your personal profile, just like you have on Facebook, Instagram, any of the company profiles, as well as the personal ones. So you have LinkedIn company, and then you just start typing in, hopefully your business name, company name will come up and be available. If you have a company like Smith, Smith Roofing, there might be other Smith Roofing, so you might have to get a little more creative. Of course, this is your URL that you are using behind the scenes to put with the LinkedIn icon to have people come to your company page. Then you've got your tagline, and you have 120 characters for your tagline. Now your tagline, I'm going to go out of the edit. Your tagline is what sits right here. And when your company is tagged or into by another, in the feed, like, oh gosh, we hired LL Consulting to help our downtown, and they tag my LinkedIn. They're doing a post in their LinkedIn, whether it's the personal profile of the company, and they're tagging me with the @ just like we do with other social medias. Of course, this is what comes up when they hover over that tag. So it's I've seen really creative ones with lots of little emojis. I use just stars, and it kind of is telling people what I do, right? And let's go back up to the page in like 120 characters. So I'm a consultant, business advisor, downtown revitalization, Main Street specialist. Oh, I've got business advisor in there twice. Okay, so that I did that on purpose because this morning I was editing. So I'm just going to cross that out because we don't need it twice, do we? I could put Sbdc specialist. We'll just put that in there for now. Okay, so I'm adding all my characters, right? So then you save it. So you can play with that. You can change it. It should be something short, sweet. I've used just my long tagline that's, downtown revitalization and economic development specialist. I've used that, but this was more of a fun little thing to do. And then your buttons. I have mine set up to visit the website, right? You have a few options. You can have a contact us, which would be your email, learn more, which might be your website, register for an event, sign up, view services. I'm not sure how they all, let me go ahead. And so I just copy that in case contact us. They're asking for your URL there. If you don't have a website, maybe you just have it go to your personal profile or your another social media. Learn more, pretty much, the URL wherever you're sending them. So That one you can't do, so we don't want to do that one. Let's get out of that one. Oh, the view services goes to the LinkedIn. If you're using like a registration on eBright, then maybe you're going to put that URL in there. Anything that has a URL can go into that spot. Then the about, an overview. This is where I'm putting my website in there. My industry. Now you can only choose one industry, so it gets a little hard. You can just start kind of typing in there how many employees, your company type. I'm a self-employed. I don't know what self-employed and self-owned means. Yeah, maybe let's check it, self-owned. I don't know what that means. My phone number, the year that was founded, and then the specialties. And you can up to 20, and you just start typing in that box and like, you know, okay, I put digital marketing, so that one was available. So you can, you know, go in and add more up to 20. I could probably add a lot more if I, you know, business improvement districts was one, Main Street 4-point approach programs. So you can add your specialties. That's pretty much it there. So I'm going to save that. Oh, the description. You have 2,000 characters in your description. So this is more of the depth about what you do, your services. And I put this in third voice, you know, LL Consulting. I didn't put I, me, like I do on my personal profile. This is more about the company. So the company was formed in 2000. LL Consulting has worked with local, and you know, all of this, it's all about LL Consulting. I did not put it about me. I did not say that Lani and she does this. It's all about my company. Okay. Whoop, got a question in the chat. Oh, yes. Thank you, David. Okay, workplace. Help your company stand out and attract primary work policy. I don't have this modular activated. So if it was appropriate, I would activate it. And what are my policies? Do I have on-site, hybrid, remote? I'm going to do, you can choose it on about your company workplace policy, means to your employees, your website. Here's a benefit. So because I'm, they even have one about your vaccine policy, because I work remotely and I work, well, hybrid, yeah, you can do there. Your company at flexible time on site. I don't have people come to my, I'm a home-based business. I do remote. When I'm traveling, I'm going to the client site. So I don't really put that there, but you could look at this and see if it's appropriate for your business. Okay, so that is new. So I'm going to unactivate that, save it. We saved it, right? Okay. Commitments. Select up to 5 commitments to feature on the About section of your page. Please provide each one such as reports, websites, blog posts, articles. Now, these are new. I haven't seen these before, so this is kind of fun. So you can add a commitment, career growth, diversity, environmental, so work-life balance. So these again are about your company and your commitment to those areas that are very specific now. And you want to remember too, that people who are looking for a job and you're posting it at your company, they may are coming here to look at your commitments to sustainability or diversity and equitable and inclusion, or work-life balances. We let you know, our company has a 25-hour flexible policy. So this would be where you would put some of your articles, your policies, your videos about those commitments when you're thinking about your policies, what your company is about in those areas. And locations. So here, this one, I have 2 locations. So I have it in Arizona, which is my primary right now, and then my California one. So I have the 2 locations. If you have 10 locations, you can put those in there. If you don't have a street address, you can exclude it. You don't need to have people coming, like I don't want people coming and knocking on my door looking for me because I don't work out of my home with visitors coming here, right? If you work at a workspace share place, you could put that there. Okay, but get out of there. Then the lead generation form. Here's a collect leads on your page. So if you're going to choose a call to action, request a free demo, start a free trial, a lot of companies are offering free trials. I do a webinar on the 25 free to low cost digital marketing tools, and every single one, and we know this from just like maybe, personally streaming one of the TV streams or the movie streaming features. I give you that free trial for 2 weeks, as long as you cancel before. Same with a lot of business to business companies, the free trial, you can try it out before you actually have to buy it. But what those are all lead generators. It gives you, before you even have to talk to the salesperson and they want to cross sell, or you want to try it out. Other ways that we're seeing in the business to business digital marketing is that we are really comfortable as consumers going to a website or going to a YouTube or going to a company profile page and looking at the type of product that you may, okay, I failed to save anything. I'm not done yet, LinkedIn. It's giving me this little message down here. So this is where you could actually have a form, and you have to agree to LinkedIn's page terms, and then you just go and you kind of have that on your page. Okay, get out of there. Discard edits. Okay. Now, finally, to answer Jill's question about the hashtags, yes, here they are. So you can have up to 3 hashtag topics that matter to your page. You can see and respond to trending posts from the hashtag feed. So, there is a search for hashtags on LinkedIn. All of social media is about hashtags. And these were the 3 that I chose for my company hashtags. So SBDC, and I would use these in any of my posts also. You can have your own. Oh, let's see, can't add, let's dump this one. Yeah, and let's add one. Let's add my own, right? And I've added my own. So now I have my own LL Consulting. Not that anybody's ever going to use that, but I'm just showing you that. And then featured groups. And these are groups I want to showcase. And that means on my company page, these will show up that I have joined these groups, right? And you can just add a featured group. And if there's one there, Helping Main Street, that's a group. I'm not sure, if I want to do that one. I probably would suggest you really go in and you look. Let's see what comes if I'm going to come up to. Okay, so we have all of these different groups. I haven't joined them. That's why they're showing this way. So I would want to do a little research first to make sure it's a group, and that it's a group that I would want to join. And then I can go and I can showcase them and add them to this, that they would take LL Consulting LinkedIn company page, and then I could add them to that list. But I like to investigate groups first, see what they're about, if it's relevant to my work. Because if I have it on my company page and I have people coming into that page, they're going to want to look at that, and it's got to make sense to your audience, right? Okay, so that's pretty much it for the depth of your company profile. Now you can share your page, you can share it in a post, send it in a message, copy the link, share it, copy that link, share it on Facebook, Twitter. So that's like if you want to share it in a post, it's going to create it like this. Okay, so we have that. I can add a hashtag and probably want to add my hashtag, right? And then you could add, anyone can see this. You can also change that to anyone and Twitter, connections only, group members you're in. So you can choose which ones you want to see. And then we save it and then we post it, right? So that's one way to build your network. You can share it in a message. So here is the content. These are trending articles so you can, on content, you can pick how you would like to follow some trending content to give you the ability to then repackage it and send it out. I have business consulting and services right now. That's the industry I'm looking up. I can do nonprofit. I can add a location. I can do a job function. I can do seniority if I want to look at owners. And you can see that this is all changing. Oh, no trending. So see, the filter has gotten so minute that it's not going to give me anything. A lot of this may not be relevant to you. I don't know, we got to, so your estimated audience size, let's see, we maybe want to get out of there and maybe government administration and see what's trending there. And so then you can just kind of go through, and these are pretty high level. I have not found them as valuable. Employee milestones. I do not have any employees. Now, employees, if you have employees on their personal profiles, they go over and they link to your company page. And then there's a place on your company page that shows employees. So our company news here, if your company is mentioned in the news, you'll see it here. So if I'm following if my LL Consulting is ever mentioned, then it would show up there. So back to home, back to our page here. So to start a post, just pretty much like, you do right here, you just start it. And you can choose anyone or just your targeted audience. This is add a photo, video, add a document. Remember when I mentioned a PDF? So like I get PDFs all the time, and they're flyers or they're announcements or, they're a white paper and they're in a PDF form. So like on some of the social medias, platforms, especially Facebook pages, they don't allow PDFs. So you have to do a JPEG or you have to do, take a screenshot. So this is really very valuable. And you may be getting PDFs about an event or an article that was written that you want to share. Share that you're hiring, celebrate an occasion, create a poll, and then other ones, create an event. So these are areas that you can then add. You can write an article, and it flips you right into this, and you write an article and you include mentions or hashtags. And you can add a cover photo, and then you can publish that. And when you publish that, it's going to go into who's ever following you on your company page, right? And then you can repackage that. You can share it on your website. You can share it on your other social media platforms. One of the few places that you as an expert can write an article. Let's get back out of there. Okay. And then these are the posts that I've shared, or this is just stuff that I've done, right? This isn't content that the page is following. These are just my page post, hashtags, employees post. Don't have any employees right now. Charlie, I'm trying to teach him to write and get a LinkedIn personal profile, and then ads. I have no sponsors. So this is all about you, your company. This is your feed. And then here's the analytics. And like I said, it's not a real robust page. I use it more for demonstration, custom. And then this tells you right here in the last 30 days, what the activity. Invite connections, grow your followers. So here, all of my people that are my tier 1 are here. You can find locations, company, current, school. So, she's I can send it out to her. Stephanie, I haven't seen. So you invite, and 2 connections are invited to follow your page. So that's the low-hanging fruit to start creating yours. Here's events. We don't have any events coming up. I don't. So that's pretty much the company. So with that said, here's the search feature, but I'm gonna go, let's see, can we search here? It takes me back to my personal profile. So anyways, you can do searches when you're on your company page. I was doing the Sbdc because that's what's popped up here. Okay, so I'm already a member of them. Let's look up. So you can do people. Here are folks that pop up that have Sbdc. So you put in the topic up there, and I put in Sbdc Shasta-Cascade as the search topic. And then I'm looking at people that have mentioned that in their, either in their post or in their, somewhere along they have mentioned Sbdc or Shasta-Cascade. So this, of course, right here, this says if there's a little first there, that means I'm already connected to them. Kate, she's marketing growth. She was in Reading. I could follow her. Following this, he's a summer intern. Don't know when that was. There's me. No following, right? So then we can go to connections. First tier, show results. These would be, so I only have one that's in the first tier, who's under the second tier. And so Kate's under the second, and then the third tier. No results. Locations, current company, you add a company, filters. So these are the filters that you can add. So your results, people, post, then there's about our workshop. There's Zach that's coming up because Sbdc always posts interesting things. Okay, so then you can search. Yes, that's what I meant. So if you notice, I'm back on my personal profile now. So I'm searching as Lani Lott. So these are all follow, right? These are companies. Industries, you can make it by company size. You can do all filters, and then you can go into following the companies that way. So let's go back to my personal profile. And I think probably confused so many of you, I'm sorry, but it's not, it's a little bit different. No, the tiers are the groups. So, you can, there isn't any way at this point to segment the connections into groups besides the tiers. That would be the way, yeah. So not that I'm aware of. Now I wanted to show you a search for hub. Okay, let's do Pastino's Wine Cafe is this wine cafe that is right around the corner that's been around forever, and they've expanded. And I just put this in here because I wanted to show you, they have 131 employees because they have like 7 locations in the Phoenix Valley area. And so this is their LinkedIn company page, right? I'm following them. You can visit their website. Under here, they have the about, they have their posts, so you can see what they're posting. So this is a really great way then to look for content from colleagues, content from competition, from companies, from pages that you are following. And then you go to their page, and then under here are the things that they have actually have there for you to search as a member, right? Remember, this is not my page, this is Pastino's page. So they have this many posts. And so if I was working in the hospitality field, or I had something to do with Pastino's, or like I'm really right now working on a webinar on adaptive reuse and showcasing projects. This one may be one I'm going to want to share because I am talking about that in an upcoming conference. And I may, so if I share this, share with your thoughts. Now it gives me the ability to go back and forth between me and LL Consulting, right? Plus, it gave me the ability for one of my groups. So I'm just going to type. And then I'm going to hashtag Pastino's. I guess Pastino's Wine Cafe doesn't have their own. And then let's see if I can tag Pastino's. Then I can tag them, right? Remember when I said tagging? So hopefully I spelled that right? Oh, well, don't matter. So when I post that, then it's going to come over, right? It's going to be shared. I'm sharing it on my page. Let's go back to my page here. Hopefully it'll come up so you can see it. Yep, right here. So here it's where it's shared. So when I hover over that, remember when I told you about those little, taglines underneath there? This is what shows up with them. They just show up. Food and beverage is their category. Phoenix, Arizona, and 938 followers, right? So they have a lot of followers. So let's go back to their page. So their employees, their people, right here. If you go and click on that, They have 131 employees. That's a lot of employees. Some of them have this one is in a third tier of one of my networks. This one's in a third tier. So that's why it's given me the ability, if they're not in any of my connections, they just said LinkedIn member. So that's that. And I think I have almost ran out of time, but you can look at the jobs they have available. No jobs right now. You can look at their people. You can search by a certain name. You can look at their videos that they've posted. All videos, again, I love that. And bring them back to their home. So, okay, I'm going to stop sharing this. And I'm going to go back and share our PowerPoint so we can finish this up. You guys have been such a great audience. There's a little bit about the personal profile. I didn't go into that. Questions, I know we want to come to our end slide. And so David, do you want to finish this up, or do you have anything you'd like to add?
Sure, I don't have a lot to add, but I will say that a copy of the video will be on our YouTube channel. You won't be getting the email for it for a couple of days, because the person that does that and that knows how to do it without messing anything up is on vacation until Monday. And I'm afraid if I do it, it'll go into some really weird dark part of the web and never re-emerge or anything. At any rate, I put a link to our YouTube channel there so that you can see the video if you want to. But we will be getting the slides and the video to you probably on Monday of next week. If you want to contact us, that's how you do it, right there. There's our website. If you're not in Shasta or Trinity counties, you can go to the americassbdc.org website, or you can just use this really cool search engine called Google. and type in your location and SBDC, and it'll come up with your SBDC locally. So thanks for joining us. That's all I got, Lani. Do you have anything else?
No, other than have a great day, everybody. And thank you so much for your time. And I really enjoyed the hour and a half we spent together. So I'm going to stop sharing and sign off myself.
Okay, take care. We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.